Hello, my name is Bill, and in this video I'll continue with my shelf tour. So to start with, there's some Norton, Star Hunter, and Voodoo Planet. So many of the books today don't tell me who the cover artist is. So Star Hunter is 1961 and Voodoo Planet is 1959. And cover art by Jeff Jones. It says 2 complete novels, but they're less than 100 pages each. The Sioux Spaceman. Beware the horsemen of the stars. $1960. Wonder if this one is printed in 1960. Stargate. This one's 1958. Lore of the Witch World. So this is probably one I bought new in the 80s. Those previous ones were used ones that I bought in the 80s or maybe even 70s. This one's 1980. Cover art Michael Whalen. Gryphon In Glory. So I read a bunch of Norton in the early 70s because the school library had some of her books. This one's 1981. Cover art is Lawrence Schwinger. Ware Hawk. $1983. Cover Lawrence Schwinger. Awesome Frank Herbert. Looks like I only have 2 Frank Herbert that are not Dune novels. Santaroga Barrier. This one is 1968. It's my book with a split personality. The White Plague. There's a lift outside my window. So I'm on the 2nd floor and he's lifting himself up to the roof on a 4-story building. This one's 1982. So I paused, but he turned his motor off now, so I restarted. The first Immortal by James L. Halperin. This one's 1998. So he has a heart attack, but he had arranged for his body to be frozen. And then 83 years later, he resumes his life. And the world is altered beyond recognition. Voyage of Space Beagle by A.E. Van Vogt. So this is a fix-up novel. I think most of his novels are fix-up novels from his earlier short stories. So this is from 1981, but the stories go back to 1939, 1943. The Other Log of Phileas Fogg by Philip Jose Farmer. The Cosmic Truth Behind Jules Verne's Fiction. (1973). So the cover is Vincent DeFate. The interior illustrations are Rick J. Bryant. Lord Fowl's Bane by Stephen R. Donaldson. So I got this book one of the trilogy to find out if I should buy the other two books in the trilogy. But 40 years have gone by and I still haven't read it. So now it's probably a little difficult to get the next two books. (1977). Cover art Darrell K. Sweet. Tomorrow's Heritage, Juanita Coulson. So it's book one of the series Children of the Stars. So I'm not sure how many books were in the series, probably 4 or maybe more. But all I have is first two. So this is 1981. Cover art David B. Mattingly. And Outward Bound, which is book 2. 1982. Cover David B. Mattingly. Trojan Orbit by Mack, Reynolds with Dean Ing. Sabotage at L5. The fate of Earth's first colony hangs in the balance. (1985). Cover art Tom Kidd. Smile on the Void by Stuart Gordon. (1981). Birthright, the Book of Man by Resnick. (1982). Star Trek the Motion Picture. It's the only Star Trek book I have. I read it last year for Book Trek. So I have nothing new to read for Book Trek this year. It's 1979. So it's got a little more detail than the movie. You get more of what the characters are thinking about, but the story is pretty close to the movie. The Tomorrow File by Lawrence Sanders. (1975). Brilliant, horrifying, a suspense novel with a diabolical plot twist that will surprise and delight every reader. That's what Mario Puzo, author of The Godfather, has to say. I was looking on the back for a description, but it's just people's comments. Styx by Christopher Hyde. So this is a horror novel. So I think he gets his science wrong here. It's 40,000 years ago, deep within the awesome Sobrano caves of Yugoslavia, a genius tribe made their home. Not yet man, but our genetic superiors. These people left on their ceiling paintings of dazzling splendor. Other treasures, artifacts, and weapons proclaim the dizzying speed of their ascent to civilization, an ascent wrecked by a shattering quake that drove the few left alive fleeing down the black terror of the subterranean river. Now once again the Earth has opened. Teams of scientists have entered the ghostly caves of Submarino Man, until once again the Earth wrenches and slams shut the only passage to the surface. And again a handful of desperate survivors must risk the unspeakable horror of the underworld river of death. So the playlist today is more post-rock. The End of the Ocean. So that's all for this video. See you in the next one.